Own your successes, share your problems. Never be afraid to expose yourself in front of the staff and be vulnerable. So my pearl is focusing on 2 of the 7 leadership traits. The first one is building trust with clear communication, and the second one is focusing on the team over self. So 8 years ago, I joined Nagoya International School as their technology director and coordinator, and my first job was to implement a student information system. When I arrived, they had already selected the system, and around about Christmas time, the person who selected the system had to leave quite suddenly. So this was now my sole responsibility. I tried for a while to make it work. It was a little bit tricky, so I began to go back and start reading all the information. To my joy and dismay, I discovered that some of the modules that we had purchased were still in beta testing. And if anybody knows anything about technology, you know that beta testing just kind of means they're trying to see if they're going to work. We don't know if they work. They might. Unfortunately, in our case, they didn't. So we've spent a massive amount of money on this, like tens of thousands of Australian dollars. We spent all this money. And so I decided I'll make a list of things to do. I need an action plan. I'm a leader. I'm going to go for it. And I made a list of questions. And I sent those questions off to the company. And I thought, well, when I get these answers, it'll be grand. I got the answers, and they really were not the answers I was expecting or hoping or secretly wishing for. So I thought, no, do you know what? I'm going to do this. I'm going to make a success. I took it all upon myself and kind of didn't say anything to anybody and just went forward. The forward motion kind of stopped quite abruptly when I realized, no, this is not going to work. So with my cap in my hand, I went to our director of school and I explained the situation. I said, I know you've paid a lot of money for this, but I'm going to have to pull the plug. I'm really sorry. And he nodded and he said, okay, so it's just a wee problem. I says, yes, it is just a wee problem. He says, right, okay. He says, well, we're going to have to share this with the staff. And I thought, right, okay then, I can do that as well. I stood up in front of our staff. I explained, yes, we've spent many months working on this, and yes, this change is difficult, but I have a new plan because this one's not really going to work for us. That was probably one of the hardest things I've ever done. I've stood up in front of the staff. I didn't want to throw anybody under the bus. I wanted to take ownership of it. I was the leader of technology. I wanted to say this was something we entered into, and I'm sorry it didn't work. And some people might find that a bit difficult to swallow. But what was running through my mind constantly was just thinking, I need to be clear and I need to be honest with these people. And this is not about me, and this is not about how much time and effort and blood and toil and sweat I've poured into this. This is what's right for our school, and this product is not right for our school. My pearl to you would be, own your successes, share your problems. Never be afraid to expose yourself in front of the staff and be vulnerable. In my experience, they'll see that you're an honest and clear communicator and that you're really focused on what's best for the school. And in the long run, I think I gained more respect from the staff at that moment, right at the beginning of my journey, than I had at any other point in the 8 years I worked at the school.